Salutations, my Fallout lovers, it is Matty here today with a Bethesda Game Studios news update. It appears that the Nintendo Switch is receiving more support in third-party fashion from Bethesda, this time in the form of Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. If this Spanish retailer listing is to be believed, then Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition is coming to the Nintendo Switch on September 26th, the same day it's launching for other consoles as well as PC, or at least that's what this listing wants you to think. Now, this information comes from a website called Go Nintendo, which I will have linked in the description down below as per usual, and they also provided us with an update saying, here's something worth pointing out. The retailer has since changed the listing. They removed the release date but left the listing itself. That certainly seems to bode well when it comes to the validity of the listing. So what we're seeing here is that perhaps there will be a delay for the Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition on the Nintendo Switch, but if they're going to just remove the release date and keep the listing for the Nintendo Switch itself there, it appears, at least at face value, that this site knows something we don't. Now, we've been down this road before with store listings. It just happened with Bethesda Game Studios' Game of Thrones title being speculated. The only difference there was that Target actually removed the page itself entirely because they said the game didn't exist, whereas in this case with Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition for the Nintendo Switch, they left the listing, they say it's still coming to the Nintendo Switch, but the release date is the only thing that's changed, and I expected that as much. Now, there's only a couple of reasons why I can think this may not be true. Number one is because Fallout 4 isn't that well of an optimized game for when it released in 2015, and even now. To imagine fitting that type of game on the type of hardware the Switch is, and I say that as someone who loves the Nintendo Switch, I just find it hard to imagine that game running very well without severe frame dips all over the place and lots of bugs, as well as even bigger sacrifices in graphics than the original game already probably took. With that said, as someone who has gone on record as saying that the Nintendo Switch is the console for me because this is a system I can take on the go, I can game at home, it doesn't matter where, I had that awesome console experience with me no matter what, it's easy to take around, and it's fun for parties. I love my Nintendo Switch, and the idea of playing Fallout 4 on the go, much like Skyrim, I was like, okay, I'm down with that. This also can potentially redeem one of my complaints when talking about Bethesda needing to let Skyrim go. I remember saying in that video, talking about how Skyrim was on every platform, and I was thinking to myself, the reason it looks so bad is that you're not supporting other consoles with other games of yours, such as Fallout 4. I was always asking, why wasn't Fallout 4 considered to be put on the Switch? I'm sure they thought of it, but it seems maybe now they are actually going through with it. I do hope at some point in time Bethesda decides to resurrect older titles and bring them to the Switch. I mean, imagine Morrowind on the Switch, imagine Oblivion on the Switch, Fallout 3, New Vegas. These are games that would be so awesome to see on the Switch. Why? I mean, it's cool to game on the go to me personally, so I'm just really speaking for myself here. It'd be awesome if all these games are resurrected in some way and brought to new consoles so that gamers can experience them again, because a lot of people's first Bethesda Game Studios games was actually Fallout 4. So it would be really cool for gamers to get a chance to try all those games again, but I am riding way off topic now. Apparently Fallout 4 is coming to the Switch. I am looking forward to it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below, so fire away, folks. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.